Breaking news tonight, a crisis averted for Pittsburgh Regional Transit. PennDOT just approved its request to use state capital funds to cover operating expenses, closing up a big budget deficit. KDKA's Ricky Sayer joins us live downtown to break down what this decision means for PRT and its riders. Good evening, Ricky.
Good evening, Josh. The headline here for riders is that the deep cuts that were slated for early next year are no longer happening, at least for the next 2 years. That means your bus will still come, your trains will still come, and fares won't significantly increase. PennDOT today approved a request from PRT. The request is to use up to $106.7 million in state capital funds. PRT has been trying to close a $100 million budget deficit. PRT says that while some infrastructure projects will be delayed, no safety critical work will be impacted. It wasn't long ago when Philadelphia's SEPTA transit agency was approved for funding in the same way. They already had to implement cuts until a court put them on pause. I spoke tonight with the executive director of Pittsburghers for Public Transit. She told me she's grateful these cuts are happening, but she's far from happy because this money isn't coming through a solution in the budget.
Well, it's deeply disappointing that our state legislature has failed to come up with a plan for new revenue for public transit, which is a problem that's been known for years. Well, so the Senate leadership has failed to put forward a proposal to fund transit, and at this point, it's not clear that there is a plan from the governor, from the Senate leadership, from the House leadership to come with a budget that provides new money for public transit.
Now, Republicans had come forward with their own plan to fund PRT, and SEPTA State Senate Minority Leader Jay Costa told me Republicans' plan would have used the same pot of money as the one that's being used now, but it would have been utilized differently. As top Senate Republican said, their plan would have allowed the money to be used weeks sooner, avoiding the negative impacts that took place when SEPTA cuts went into effect. The transit advocate I spoke with says there is blame to go around for this not being a more permanent solution, but she feels it mostly falls on Republicans. Costa says it's not a failure of the governor or Democrats.
I think it's a failure on one part of the legislature, and it would be my Republican colleagues in the Senate. The House of Representatives on 5 separate occasions in the last year and a half have passed a revenue stream that would have provided resources not only for transit, but also for roads and bridges. I'm grateful that PennDOT approved what was requested, but that's not the solution. This is just a short-term solution to avert the route reductions as well as averting the fare increases that both were to take place in February.
He says they will continue to fight for a dedicated transit funding stream long term. The transit advocate we spoke with said they want this in the budget that is still not finalized. Reporting live downtown, Ricky Sayer, KDKA-TV News.